How's the dynamic kind of changed? You alluded to, being more of a solo writer in the beginning for the stuff that's coming out right now. Because you could have continued being the mastermind and doing your own thing, right? And just having people play with you live. So where's that transition come in?
I read this book called The Creative Act by Rick Rubin, and something that I struggled with and I've really put a lot of like self-care into myself about is like if I had to take a guess, I probably could get diagnosed with OCD by the fact that like I'm kind of a control freak about things, and like it is something I think I have a really good manage on now. But like after Act Like You Don't Know, I kind of like certain ways I was behaving in terms of that, where like I was kind of like, I'm recognizing these traits of myself that like writing music, everything in between, I kind of was like, like, is it really fun for everybody in every aspect of the band if they don't at least get a chance to like be in the kitchen and cook, like, because forever it was like in other bands I was horrible with it. Like something I kind of look back like by other bands, I'm like, I don't even know how people were in a band with me because I was like a psycho. I was like, we have to do this way, it's my band, like that was really like looking back, I'm like I am grateful to have learned that now. But like with the writing aspect of it, there's a part in the Rick Rubin book where it talks about something you can do to enhance the creative process is to let the music flow wherever it's supposed to flow. And if that means that other people have ideas, even if you don't agree with them, it's not compromising in a sense to where you think that like it's not going to deliver what you want. But if you don't give it a chance, then I think, you can't know all of the opportunity for it,
You're letting things on the table potentially that could have made it better.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes time, right? Like sometimes somebody's gonna have an idea, and on the spot, you're so you're so in your head about like I want it to sound it like that at first you're like should have been my thing. But sometimes I'm just gonna say that you keep listening to it, and you're like, you know what, that idea might work, and I'm sure it probably in some cases maybe even happened to you, but it's sometimes it's difficult because it's so established.
Yeah.
You're just like, that's it. That's the part. So when someone's like, actually, you're like, it's hard to let go is what I'm trying to say, I guess. And sometimes it's hard to just be like, okay, we're going to try it.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a couple of friends that have recorded with Randy LaBeouf, who does like, I think he did the new Mugshot record. He's done the last 3 Boundaries records.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of I think the last couple of Casey Strain, Dying Wish, stuff like that. And I think last couple Orthodox records and their new stuff. And just talking to my friends who have worked with him, they're like, it's cool to see him like cook and be like working with a producer of that stature going and be like, hey man, like I know that you're set on this, but let's go branch out and try something new, because again, like, you never know where it can be. That book honestly like saved my ass, like in the sense of like, I don't know. I felt myself getting a little burnt out of like, so I don't really know how to explain it. I was stressing out about so much stuff and like feeling this pressure, and that book was like a natural Xanax. It was like, just take a breath. Like, you're putting all this pressure for what? Like, it's music, rock and roll, have fun, so
You kind of saw yourself maybe in a third person.
Yeah.
And just kind of realized, oh my God, kind of looking at somebody else almost like, oh my God, like, what am I doing? It's a good thing though that you're able, because believe me, there's some people who has this moment and kind of just refuse to see it, right? That's a choice you have to be willing to change certain things, because some people see that and they're like, well, that's me. You know what I mean? Like, and that happens a lot. I heard that many times, you know, people being like, well, that's like, so I think
My ideas are
it's
better
cool.
anyways. Fuck everyone
Well,
else, you know?
yeah, you know, but it's cool that you were able to see that, realize that, and not only that, but like work on it on top of that. And I'm sure you had to let go of a lot of stuff too in the beginning, right? You had to kind of work on it and be like, okay, kind of talking to yourself almost.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's got the
It's
eye twitching while he's listening to another person's idea,
Yeah.
fighting it back.
Dude, like it's, I think when we do art, like as like a solo artist in the beginning, like you're saying, getting so attached to that, it's almost like a child to you. I don't have a kid, I have a niece, and that's the closest that I have to, like, I guess that love for something that you create. And the way that I feel about music is like that. So it's just like the, you know, everlasting knowledge that like the only thing constant is change, right? And you can be afraid of it for so long until you learn that there's nothing to be afraid of. You know, it's that it's going to happen whether you want it to or not. So it's like you know, yeah, change is fun and scary, and it is surely something.